MLB free agency is right around the corner, and in this video, we'll examine what options are for players and clubs and which players have them, and examining which players are likely to opt in or out and which clubs are likely to opt in or out. Player and club options may be added to the end of contracts when signing them to extend the length and or flexibility for either the club or player. If the club or player exercises their option or opts in, then they are signed for said year. If the club or player opts out, they are then considered a free agent and available on the free agent open market. Options are used to, again, sometimes extend contracts, sometimes de-risk from a player or club standpoint. It gives more control to the club or the player depending on if it's a club or player contract. Multiple different reasons depending on the circumstance. Looking into some players that are eligible for options for this upcoming 2023 free agent period for the MLB. Colton Wong, who's a second baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's a $10 million club option, but he has a $2 million buyout if the option is declined. The Brewers are usually pretty conservative, so they are probably going to likely opt out and take that $2 million buyout. Justin Turner, who's a versatile infielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's a $16 million club option with a $2 million buyout at 37, going to be 38 this offseason. It's a high price tag for him, so the Dodgers more than likely opt out. Could potentially re-sign him during free agency at a lower cost, but $16 million is too much. Chris Sale, starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Sale's been injured off and on this past season. He has a $27.5 million player option. Of course, he's going to exercise that option. If he would test the free agent market, he would not get anywhere near that number. Sonny Gray, starting pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. The Twins traded for Gray during the trade deadline from the Cincinnati Reds. He's a $12 million club option. The Twins will do one of two things. They're going to opt in, but they're also going to try to sign him for an extended contract, more than likely a 3 to 4 year deal. Try to get him as one of the foundations of their pitching staff. Next up is Tim Anderson, who's a shortstop for the Chicago White Sox. He's a very reasonable $12 million club option with a $1 million buyout. The White Sox should opt in. If they do opt out, however, Anderson will have a lot of suitors for his services. Luis Severiano, starting pitcher for the New York Yankees, is up next with a $15 million club option. The Yankees probably will opt in. If they don't opt in, Severiano should be able to get a 1 or 2 year deal. He's very talented, however, he's been injured the last few years. Another Yankee at the helm, Anthony Rizzo, has a $16 million player option. He should opt out, however, he might re-sign with the Yankees. The reason why he would opt out is because he can get more higher price tag and potentially get a longer contract at a higher price tag, as he's 33 or 34 at the moment. Potential AL Cy Young winner for the 2022 season, Justin Verlander, has a $25 million player option. He should opt out of his deal. He's going to be turning 40 soon. However, he's still playing a high level. He should be able to get a 1 or 2 year deal at a higher price tag. Xander Bogaerts is up next at a $20 million player option. He's only 30 years old. He's a shortstop for the Boston Red Sox. He's been working with the Boston Red Sox on a contract extension with a higher payment terms. However, they haven't been able to meet in the middle or meet at all. More than likely lead him to opt out. He may re-sign with the White Sox, but again, he should have plenty of suitors. The next player actually already opted out of his contract, who's Carlos Correa, shortstop for the Minnesota Twins. He was a free agent last year, signed a 3-year contract with the Twins this past offseason. The last 2 years of his contract were actually both player options, so it was really just a 1-year guaranteed deal. And like many expected, he did opt out. He should be looking for a longer-term deal around the same payment terms. Nolan Arenado, third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's a multi-year deal left still on the table for the Cardinals that he probably won't opt out of, so he's going to likely opt in. It's a $35 million player deal or option. He's in the later prime of his career, and he fits the Cardinals well, so there's really no likelihood that he's going to opt out. The next player stated he's already going to opt out is Carlos Rodon for the San Francisco Giants starting pitcher. Rodon's player option actually vested after hitting a certain innings mark in the season. His player option is $22.5 million. He was a free agent over the last offseason as well, but a lot of suitors didn't go after him. he should be able to get a 3 or 4 year deal with a pretty good payment terms, as he is pretty underrated and still young of age at 30. Second but not least, Aaron Nola, starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, is a $16 million club option. The Phillies should opt in with him. At 29 years of age, they're more than likely going to sign him for a long-term deal, probably 4 or 5 years, and he's worth more than $16 million. And the last player is Jacob deGrom. He's a $30.5 million player option. He stated throughout the season that he's going to probably opt out. He should be able to garner $40-ish million per year. At 34, he's in the prime of his career. He's had some injuries over the last year, but when he's not injured, he is one, if not the best pitcher in baseball. Let us know which players you think are going to opt in or out, or if you have any other comments about MLB free agency for 2023. Additionally, in the description, there's links to other videos for the 2023 free agency. One of these videos is information on players that have qualifying offers, and then there are 3 videos that go into ranking the free agent class of 2023. One is a full ranking video, one's a pitcher ranking video, and the other is a batter ranking video. Again, thanks for watching.